Good morning, buddies. How are you? Professor Suresh. Happy to be back again for my next video. Sixth, especially by me, this particular month. It is April 2020, and this time I'll try to demystify ergonomics. The topic you may not be aware. Okay, I'll try to explain in simple terms. As mentioned already, my intention of publishing these videos on YouTube is to be of some use to somebody somewhere on our planet. As long it exists, none of us know our lifespan. We may cease to exist anytime, maybe due to pandemic like novel COVID-19. What started as a hobby has become an addiction now, post-intermediary stage passion, like genetic mutation, I would say. I am not claiming that I am omniscient like God. My knowledge is very limited and it is confined to a very narrow domain too. With this lacuna, I make honest attempts like this. Human factors engineering, also known as ergonomics, or man-machine systems, or cognitive systems engineering, is the application of psychological and physiological principles to the engineering and design of products, processes, and systems. The goal of human factors is to reduce human error, increase productivity, and enhance safety and comfort, with a specific focus on the interaction between the human and the thing of interest, whatever it may be. In research, human factors employs a scientific method to study human behavior so that the resultant data may be applied in the four primary goals. In essence, it's a study of designing equipment, devices, and processes that fit the human body and its cognitive abilities. Wikipedia definition. International Ergonomics Association defines ergonomics as it's a scientific discipline concerned with the understanding of interactions among human beings and other elements of the system, and the profession that applies theory, principles, data, and methods to design to optimize human well-being and overall system performance. Ergonomics is derived from Greek words ergo, which means work, and nomos, which means laws, LAWS. I would say it's a combination of erg, which is a unit of work as for the whole system, and economics, which means minimize, optimize. Analysis of human-machine interface requires interdisciplinary knowledge of biomechanics, cognitive psychology, and systems design methodology. Designing for human use is in existence right from Stone Age era. Good examples are weapons for hunting, then cooking utensils, house to live, apparel, etc. The basic philosophy in ergonomics is to design workstations which are comfortable, convenient, and productive to work with. Anthropometry, ANTHROPOMETRY, anthropometry is measurement of physical dimensions of the body of operators. It is used to ensure that the workstation design is convenient, comfortable, and congenial to execute the assigned task. Provision should be there to make the requisite adjustments for the specific operator, since though human beings are exactly alike when it comes to physical dimensions too, besides their individual characteristics. Operators should be able to maintain proper posture depending on the work, mechanization or automation of material handling, provision of pneumatic tools, maintenance of proper temperature. Actually, temperature comfortable for the humans varies from 65 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity, again, For human comfort, it should be in the range of 45 to 60%, 45 to 60. Reduction of noise and vibration as much as possible. If that is not possible, provide at least noise cancelling headset, safety gear depending on the work, proper lighting, illumination. It should be uniform without any dark shadow regions, and sometimes even task lighting depending on the work. Comfortable work dress, uniform, etc. will certainly enable the operator to do the task happily. Besides, proper ventilation is a must. All human beings need a minimum of 5 cubic meters of fresh air per hour. The standard I have quoted is very old. It will certainly be much more than that, considering the degradation of air quality. No living organ in our bodies can fly without air. Basically, oxygen beyond a few minutes. Some organizations even play soft, melodious music which boosts the productivity. Studies conducted on milch animals some years back has proven this fact, since the milk yield was much higher when soft music was played that had a soothing effect. Reduction of repetitive motions will curtail work-related injuries. Training should be more than adequate to ensure very little scope for human error. Job rotation, job enrichment are good stimulants to boost the employee's morale, and management will reap a rich harvest through enhancement in productivity. Practice 5S concepts. It in simple terms is there should be a place for everything, and everything should be in the place earmarked for it. So nobody needs to waste their productive time searching for the required tools and materials. All required things should be within easy reach such that the operators can stay focused in the work. No necessity to move from the designated workstation. Hip level movements are preferred. If some materials or equipment needs to be moved, do pull and not push. This will reduce the effort required since the friction is reduced. If one has to bend, bending should be at the hip level, like squatting and not sideways. Both hands should be used simultaneously as much as possible, and load should be evenly distributed. The movement of hands should be rhythmic, like in martial arts or dance. There is a tendency to attribute accidents, breakdowns, and low productivity to the human component of work system. Human behavior at work takes place in the context of the system and is shaped by the way the system is designed. System malfunctions that involve humans must be analyzed in context, which requires that the focus of the analysis be shifted from the human to the human-machine system. Everything needs to be viewed as a system. Okay. Most of the industrial accidents are systemic in the sense that there are basic flaws in the system. Then why blame the operator? Advancement of technology has made life highly complex, and everything we use nowadays is sophisticated. For example, so-called smartphone. Gadgets called smart have made human beings dumb, but a genius can simplify even complex things. Capitalize on the cognitive abilities of the human being besides technology. For example, voice-activated commands, gestures, biometrics like facial recognition system, motion sensors for turning off or on the lights, fans, air conditioners, etc. In stores, our warehouses or distribution centers, the most frequently used items should be kept close to the doors. Heavy items should be stacked close to the floor level to reduce the effort. Automated storage and retrieval system, shortly ASRS, automated guided vehicles, shortly AGV, unmanned aerial vehicles, UAV, also known as drones. Robots have literally eliminated humans for tasks like this. Humanoids are used in hotels, airports for customer assistance. Besides, robots are used in hazardous operations, including defense, wars, and for removal of landmines planted especially during World Wars, America, Vietnam War, etc. As a matter of fact, drones are used even for delivery of food in hotels or restaurants or customers' residences and for surveillance, spying in defense sector. So choices are many. Utilize the technology to the best extent possible in all walks of life. As an example, look at the chair I am using right now. It is movable since it is mounted on cast wheels. Seat can be rotated through 360 degrees. Seating height can be adjusted. It has armrest with adjustable height. Backrest is well ventilated since it is made of synthetic fiber curved to support the human spinal cord or vertebrae. Ensure the spinal cord straightness to curtail back pain, especially in the lumbar region, and can also be tilted. Headrest is provided for additional comfort with a tilting provision too. Besides, backrest stiffness is adjustable, so explore the markets for products that would make our lives more comfortable, like rocker chairs, recliners, similar to the conventional easy chairs which are in vogue even today, electric massage chairs, memory foam beds, water beds, etc. If you can afford them, of course. I know human attention span is hardly for 5 minutes, so let me close this session and I'll see you again real soon. Till then, keep your fingers crossed. Take care. Bye for now.